Hey everybody, it is Wintermute here with the Commonwealth Turn 10.4 January of 41. So before I get started, I just want to do one clarification on the Russian front. And so this combat here from Kiev into Western Ukraine, there was just a lot of wonky stuff that happened. So ultimately, the players agreed. Here's how the dust is going to settle. Two Katyushas from that attack are going to retreat into Kiev, and then what's left in Western Ukraine is going to be an artillery and 2 infantry. So moving forward, that's what that area is going to look like. So now we'll get on with the Commonwealth Turn. And we're going to move over here this time because I think this will give us a little more space as we're moving things around. So, okay. I have 3 techs to roll for. And what we're going to start with is long-range aircraft. 8. So that is a success. Then improve factories. 7. That is a success. And that will actually change my build a little bit. And improve construction. 5. That is a miss. So long-range aircraft and improved factories. So let's take a look at the board real quick. So let's see. Long-range aircraft. That moves me up to level 3. And improved factories, I now have that technology for Britain. So, let me grab a figurine because that does change my build a little bit. Okay, so here's what we are going to be building for the Commonwealth. Great Britain is going to be building a destroyer, an AA, 2 Marines, 3 infantry. Canada is going to lend lease an infantry to USSR and an artillery to the KMT. FEC is going to build an artillery, an AA artillery. They're going to finish this minor shipyard and they are going to build a supply token. And then ANZAC is going to be building a submarine and a militia. Let's pull this stuff back. So we'll move right into combat moves. Okay, so bear with me here. It's a bit of a reach. I'm not even going to try to reach all that way, by the way. So this seaplane is going to go on maritime air patrol up in Sea Zone 4. And as you can see, I can't really reach effectively, so it's there, trust me. This destroyer from Sea Zone 23 is also going to go into Sea Zone 4 to pair with that seaplane and go after that coastal sub. And then from Sea Zone 11 into Sea Zone 15, this coastal sub is going to raid that German convoy line up in the Baltic. Let's see, from this fighter off this carrier is going to go 1, 2 to escort this strategic bomber coming into Paris to attack bomb the minor factory. Let's see. Yep. This guy in the British Midlands, this regular infantry, is going to get picked up by this transport and then dropped off here in Normandy. And let's scoot over here. In eastern Egypt, this medium bomber is going to go on maritime air patrol to attack that sub. And then from 116 to 85, that destroyer is going to go on escort duty in that location. Yeah, we'll leave that. Okay, so we'll just kind of work them in that order. Let me grab my dice tray. Come on. Okay, so up, way up north, we have a 4 for the destroyer, misses, and we have a 3 for the seaplane. Yep, real effective. Okay, that's a big whiff. He'll go submerge, I assume. Then we have over in Sea Zone 15. So the red is going to be the coastal sub. He is a +1, and then it's a straight up on the black dice for the rating of that convoy line. Okay. Oh, okay. So I shook it a little bit, hoping it would kind of pop down. And what that did is, well, I guess it's effectively a reroll anyway. So, so that's they end up being 4 versus 3 in favor of me. So we'll deal 1 point of damage to that convoy line. That's $1 out of the German economy. And then we're going to scoot down. Okay, now we're going to roll that medium bomber versus the submarine. And then we'll go take care of Paris. Okay, so the medium bomber, whoops. Medium bomber rolls a 9, misses. Okay, now as far as Paris goes, General Hand Grenade said he is not going to come up to intercept. All right, so that takes care of that. Yep. So basically we're going to roll flak, see if it hits. It does not. And as far as damage goes, we end up maxing it out at 5 points of damage. And then Normandy is ultimately going to just be a walk-on for that British guy. And that'll push the Free French up 1 to $7 in total for their income. Let's see, that can come off. We'll sit there. All right, that is it for the combats. Now, what we're going to do, so now non-com. So this seaplane is going to come back to, and actually he's going to land in, yep. He's actually going to land in the Shetland Islands, on the Shetland Islands. Let's see, where is my, whoops. All right, so he'll end up there. That destroyer will end up staying in Sea Zone 4, where that sub is. I'm going to scoot this guy over a little bit so he's not on that compass, so he's easier to see. And we'll pull that back. Okay, and the medium bomber from Egypt is going to land back in Egypt. And then we're going to have this fighter from Paris land back on its aircraft carrier. And this medium bomber is going to land back in London itself. And so that is it for the aircraft returning. Now, as far as all the other non-combat moves, from Sea Zone 22 to 48. Let's see. Yeah, we are going to move this out of the way. Basically everything down to Sea Zone 48. The destroyer on escort duty, the light cruiser, this light carrier with a fighter on it, and they'll end there. see, from 20, and then the Devil's Brigade is going to move into this sea zone 24. And then from London to the British Midlands, we're going to ultimately move 2 infantry, 2 Marines, whoops, and an AA gun. I'll swap out some of these chips in just a bit, because some of that's going to be replaced as it is. Let's see, so that... Yeah. So now we're going to scoot down to Africa. And from South Africa, the South African Union, this seaplane is going to move up here to Sierra Leone. From 110 to 116, this guy is going to move, and he's going to end his escort duty. It was hold on. Nope, I did that wrong. I grabbed the wrong guy. It's 110 to 116, and he's going to end his escort duty. And then 109 to 79, he's going to stay on his escort duty, just move into that zone. Now we're going to come over here to Calcutta. And this seaplane is going to relocate into British Malay. This supply token is going to get dropped off via the transport into Yunnan. And then the seaplane in Ottawa is going to get lend-lease to Queensland in Australia. So right here. Now, all right, here's what I'm going to do over here. Get that token out of the way. I'm going to take these 2 heavy cruisers, or I'm sorry, yeah, that's a battle cruiser. These 2 heavy cruisers. This transport, that transport is going to pick up this infantry and this Marine. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The transport with the infantry and the Marine is going to use all of the British strategic movement. Now, at this point, I am guessing that General Hand Grenade does not want to interfere with this sub, given the firepower I'm bringing in. If he changes his mind, that's fine. We'll kind of back that up a little. And actually, while I think of it, I'm going to send a light cruiser as well. So 2 heavy destroyers, heavy cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, a light cruiser, a transport, a Marine, and an infantry are going to scoot over to Sea Zone 79. And they're going to drop off this Marine and this infantry into Gibraltar. And then from Sea Zone 79, I'm going to have a light cruiser and a heavy cruiser. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they are going to take the place of the ships that just left back over in Sea Zone 79. Now, of course, assuming that he doesn't want to... now, if he does want to stop that fleet and kind of shoot at it, great, not a problem. He can roll that out on the next turn, and that's not a problem, and we'll just move everything back, and that's not the end of the world. And then, let me make sure I've got all my other... Of course, I was hoping that the sub wouldn't be there at all, so it wouldn't even be an issue. But it was, so there it is. Okay, we are at place builds at this point. And with that in mind, so Great Britain is going to into London, actually into Z Zone 24, we're going to drop a destroyer. And then into London itself, we're going to drop the 2 Marines. That'll give me a total of 3 there. We're going to drop the AA. And we're going to drop 1 infantry as well. So all told in London, I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 militia, fighter, strategic bomber, airborne, 2 infantry, 3 Marines, 2 flat guns, and a coastal gun. Fix that. And then that leaves me with 2 infantry to place, which I'm actually going to place them both down in the South African Union. I'll chip some of this stuff out here in a bit, get it cleaned up. Canada is lend-leasing an artillery up through the Burma Road, so that'll go into Yunnan. They're also lend-leasing an infantry to Russia, which is going to land up here in Primorsky Kai. Let me make sure that's on camera. Up here in Primorsky Kai. So it'll join the 2 militia and the coastal artillery that's there. FEC is going to finish this minor shipyard here in Maharashtra. We're going to place this artillery in Calcutta, this AA artillery in Calcutta, and this supply token in Calcutta. Whoops, slid right off from me. And then Anzac is going to place its subbit built in 146, and it's going to place this militia in New Zealand. And I'll chip some of the stuff out later. And some of these Anzac units, I didn't end up having time to highlight them with the color of this their nation, because it does matter for purposes of, if they end up surrendering or something. So I will take care of that once I'm done with the turn here, but they will end up with some highlights to show that they are actual Anzac units. Okay, put that over there. So that leaves us with, where did my dice pit go? You'd think the kids were over here messing with me. All right, I legitimately cannot see it. What, really? Oh, there it is. Okay, wartime income for the Commonwealth, 6. So Britain will get 6. We already know that we're going to send it all to the Commonwealth. So 6. So on hand for each nation now, what I will have is I will have $32 for the UK. I will have 17 on hand for FEC, 9 on hand for Anzac, and 7 on hand for Canada. And that is it. I believe I got everything. So good for me. So French are going to be a fairly easy and simple, straightforward turn. So I will have them up in just a bit. Wintermute out.